So guys, you are welcome to today's class. Can you remember that in our last class, we worked on data modeling? Is that not so, guys? Is that not so? Yes, but there is a little modification to what I want to show us. The modification is that in our previous class, we worked on this data modeling. The only difference of what I only want to correct is that we should not have this postal code. Don't let us remove it. There is a problem with that postal code. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, guys? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? So we are going to delete this postal code column. If I delete the postal code column, the implication is that, you know, I have a data modeling already for one of my Ds that have postal code, what's it called? Who is going to remind me? Postal code, region and state and country. Is that not so?
Yes.
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 And postal code
the postal code is the facts.
Is the postal code is
the dimensional key.
No, is the reporting key.
Reporting key. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Reporting
postal
key,
code
yes.
is the reporting key, which is the one that has the lowest granularity.
Granularity,
if I
yes.
remove postal code now, so Oladepo, I don't want you to answer. Thank you. If I remove postal code now, what is going to be my lowest granularity? Remember, I have postal code before. Postal code, I have like 4 or 5 things. I have postal code. I have postal code, region, state, country. So which one is going to be the one with the lowest granularity now, if we don't have postal code again? Anybody?
State.
Yeah. Okay. Naima. Engineer Naima.
Yes, coach.
Wow, did you watch the last class video that you missed?
You said?
Were you able to watch last class? What did you watch the last class video that you missed?
No, I haven't seen the last one.
It was sent to the group already now.
Should be the video 7. Sorry, the 7th one, Abby.
I lost counting. No, I don't know 1, 2, 3.
No, I've seen some, but I don't think I've seen
the last class on data modeling. Do you know what data modeling is?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've not seen the last class.
Okay, so just try and follow along, even though you ought to
I'm still on it.
Okay, so Olumi Watu, I think you missed the last class, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is what I just want to quickly recap is that we are going to start with a very big file like this. And I'm not doing it again anyway. So it's not that I'm doing it again. It's just a brief recap. And the data modeling step involves us to.
Is it because Zenob is not here? Is that why you're not doing it again?
That is a conspiracy theory. So we have our column headers like this. If you can recall, guys, these are our column headers. And then this is what file you are going to have. So basically, you are going to divide these headers, these guys, into what? Into
categories.
No. The end goal is that you want to divide it into fact, file, and dimensions.
And you want dimensional.
So the last class, we were able to know how to divide into dimensions. So what I just want to do now is I just want to identify these are my dimensions. These are facts. Everything I'm writing F is facts. So this was not, it's because I know the answer already. So I'm just trying to pretend as if I'm not forming any smart. I'm only what we use 1 hour to do or 2 hours to do. We were able to know how to identify which one is going to be F. So if you mixed last class, you have to go and watch the video. You understand? So these items that we have here are going to eventually come where? They are going to come into my facts. You understand? This item, this guy is going to come into facts. This guy is going to come into facts. So because it's very important to know which item is going to be in facts and which one is not going to be in facts, and this guy is going to be in facts. So we are going to have several dimensions, right? So
You have added product name, sir.
I add what? Yeah, that's a mistake. So
You have added product name.
yeah. So control minus, enter shift cells up. Okay, so we are going to have dimensions. So one of our dimension is going to be, let's call it D ship, which was like D1 on that day. So D ship is just going to belong to ship mode alone. We are going to have, this is one dimension. Let me give it a color. We did it already last class. So if you attended last class, you don't have follow. What's her name? Rukoya. Were you in last class?
She was there. Seems-
Let's Rukoya talk, Mr. Ladeko. So I'm not wasting your time. I just so we are going to have this guy, these two guys under D products, right?
Yes.
So let's okay. So we are going to have D what again? D calendar is going to have order dates, ship dates, month, week. We already know why.
Yes, quarter.
Quarter. Rukoya, you did not answer me. Are we fighting? Which one? Yeah. And anything that relates to Rukoya.
The elements of charts.
Yeah. So we are going to have which other one? The channel, the customer. So the customer is going to have these two guys. Actually, with experience, if you are doing data modeling, that method I taught yesterday in class, that's the golden method. So if you are very experienced already, you can do it like this and get it. But you can never get it correctly if you are a starter, if you're a beginner. So you really need to work on a lot of projects to be able to decide what is going to be the product, the customer, like I'm doing now. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So even with that, you may still miss one or two out, but you will eventually. So we have the geography.
Geography. Yes.
So which is going to contain states,
region, country.
And it's because we are in class. That's why I'm doing this. We are going to see how everything is going to play out eventually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there anything I've missed out? I think we add 5. Okay, we add we have row ID too, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to talk about it very soon. And we have the order, which is we're going to have order ID, right?
Yes.
I think that is done. So let me just give this guy another color. So I'm going to come, no. So we understand, and these are all our dimensions. So eventually we are going to connect ship mode here to ship mode, D product ID to D product ID, states to what? To states, row ID to row ID, order ID to order ID, calendar to what? Customer. So if you missed last class, just listen and listen when again. What I want to tell us is that basically when you have a Power BI project, it is going to start from a big file like this. Are we guys together? It is going to start from a very big file like this. It is your responsibility to divide. Even if it starts with 3 Excel files or tables, it's your responsibility to divide your work into dimension files and what? And fact file. Note, I didn't say fact files. Dimension files, and what? You are going to have just one fact, but you are going to have several dimensions. So what are dimensions? What are facts? Dimensions are basically those things you use to explain your data. We use it to enrich our report. So if someone comes and say, Olumiwa, you have a manager and he says, can you give me the amount of sales we are making per the president in the country at that particular time? You look at your dimension. Do we have anywhere where we have president? Yes or no? The president name, do we have anywhere? No. So it is Olumiwa task to not say that, oh, it means Olumiwa will go and look for, I need to go and generate data for what? President name. And it's not going to have the president. We are not going to have what? President name. Are we together? And we can have president tribe. We can have president age, president sex or gender, president gender. You understand? We have things like that. And after having that, you now look at, okay, what is the primary ID? You're not going to have, you just add the president alone here. You understand? And you connect it together. And after Olumiwa has done the report, he submitted it. Olumiwa no vex that I'm using your name. So he submitted the report again. He's a guy at the top say, he's a guy at the top say, no. I want to see the total number of sales we are making per what can we say it now? Per manager's name. The manager of that store. He wants to see he wants to know the manager that is performing. Olumiwa is going to look at his data. Do I have anything that tells me about manager? Does he has? No. So he's going to find that data that he's going to use to explain. So that data will just appear once in your facts with the primary key. Then all the other things that are the hierarchy. So that once you know that primary key, you know every other thing. For example, if I know order date, you went to Jumia to order a product. Once you know your order date, you don't need any witch to tell you the month of that order. Do you need anybody to tell you that? Am I talking to somebody? Am I talking to somebody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I should repeat the question, right? You know your order date, and do you need anybody to tell you the month, year, quarter of that order date? Olumiwa, the question is for you. Olumiwa, you went to Jumia to buy a product on 10/11/2021. You know your order date already. Olumiwa, do you need anybody to tell you the month, year, and quarter that you ordered that product or not? Olumiwa, are we together? Olumiwa, are we together? Okay, Olumiwa is not answering. Naima. Naima, the question is for you. Can you answer me?
Sure, we are together. I can hear you.
We are not together. Naima, can you please answer my question?
No vex. My laptop didn't mess up. So
Naima, I think we are not together also. Don't worry. God knows the house number of your house. Ibrahim Rahman. Over to you. Can you tell me?
We don't need to ask. We already know once we know the date.
Yes,
so
it is revealing. Yes, it is revealing. It is revealing by itself. So when you know the product ID, automatically you know the product name, you know the category of that product, you know the subcategory of that product. Yes or no? So we have this guy now. This is our template. It's our foundation we want to work. So now we are going to go into our Power BI desktop. Guys, we are in Power BI desktop. Let us try and focus. I hope we all have our Power BI desktop opened. Yes or no? Yes or no?
yes.
Yeah. If you are just joining us again and again, you need to do something in your data set. Guys, look up Remember that data we worked with last week now? Guys, can you remember? There is no issue in remembering the data. We all know the data. So we have a column there, postal code. We don't want that postal code column. So guys, remove that postal code column. I have removed my own. Remove postal code column. That is what we have to do. You need to do it. Postal code column, remove it. Naima, do you have this data or not?
I do.
Are you sure you have? Yes. So just go to the second to the last column and remove that postal code. Olumiwa, do you have this data or not?
I do.
Yes. Go to the second to the last column and you have to delete it. And you need to do it. SD. SD. Do you have you removed your last second to the last column? SD. Okay, I'm going to assume okay, I really need us to respond to me. I'm sorry, I know it's a Wednesday evening. We went to work, it's a long day, but we are in class. Let us have a good time together in class. So therefore, try and respond to me, please and please. We have our Power BI desktop. Guys, do you have your Power BI desktop opened?
Yes, I have it open, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I don't have my Power BI desktop.
Yes, it's
I
open.
have challenge installing it. Let me know. Because I'm going to ask you a question and I need to know who does not have. There's no shyness there. Just let me know.
Good evening,
If you don't have it yet. I don't have it yet. You can send the person a
This is
DM.
SDO.
Do you have Power BI installed already? Yes or no?
I'm just following on the phone. Oh.
Okay. Thank you. Adeniji, are you on your computer? Adeniji Musumala, do you have Power BI desktop opened?
It's not. The system is still booting. I just got home.
Okay. Well done. Lagos people, you know them when you hear their voice. Sorry, it's not easy.
I'm not even in Lagos, so
Which village are you?
Lagos person, I don't complain. No, you know, tell me sorry. See, like,
People are jealous.
Ochi.
Olumiwa, you are quick to jealous. Anyway, it's fair. There's one Yoruba adage that says, I will say it in English. It is when there is love, there is jealousy. So Olumiwa, continue to be jealous.
Yes, boss.
Yeah. So Adeniji is just opening. Naima, do you have it opened? Mutada, do you have it opened?
Yes, I have it open.
Okay. So because we guys need to work together, and if I'm working ahead of you, it means you are going to drag me back. So I'm asking because I don't want you to drag. I want us to always be on the same page. Is that okay, guys? So I can just start. First of all, I want to start my work by saving this Power BI file. And I want to save it with sales bootcamp analysis. Let us just call it like that so that I've saved it. It's very important to save so that you can always go back to this Power BI file after today. Is that okay? So from now on till end of the class, this is what we are going to be working with. So I don't need to tell you to open your own. I'm not going to send any Power BI file to us. Is that okay, guys? So this is what you are going to be working with. Open it and play with it. Do whatever you like with it. Is that okay, guys?
So what did you save now?
I should repeat what I said.
What you saved? You saved something.
Yes, this Power BI file. You know, I have opened my Power BI desktop and it opens a file for me as untitled. Is that okay?
Okay.
So I saved the file by just pressing Control S.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So now I have file, home, insert, modeling, view, help. So we have that. So let me just quickly explain something about Power BI interface for us. This is home. Home is our home. That place you always come back to after you have went to work. Is that not so? So you have a lot of things that you always want to work with in home. But we have insert. Basically, insert is you are bringing things that are like external to the app. So anything in insert in Excel is external to Excel. You understand? That thing is not part of Excel. So anything in insert here, basically you can see that you can insert image. Image is not part of Power BI. Is that not so? Shape is not part of Power BI. Button is not part of Power Automate is not part of Power BI. I think I told us I've introduced we guys that we have what we call Power Platform. I think I told us now. Did I? Yes. So and under Power Platform, we have what we call Power BI. Power BI is just one of the Power Platform products. We have what Power Automate too. So Power Automate is what you use to automate. And we have Power Apps. So you can use Power App to build an application on your phone or on the computer. So application, you understand what I mean by application? So it's actually a low code or no code platform. So what I mean by no code is that you can build an app that you can use, maybe inventory app, what you understand, in an organization, so that you don't need to code. You only need to drag and drag and drag, like you are just picking some buttons and like the likes. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's Power Apps, and we have Power Virtual Agents. So you use Power Virtual Agent to, what's it called? To write conversational as a chat. You use it magically for chatbots. You understand? So when you want to write chatbots, do we know what we mean by chatbots? So that's what we use. So these guys are, these four of them, they belong to the same family of what we call what? Power Platform. Is that okay, guys? So basically, we have Power Platform here and we have Power Apps here. You understand? So they are external to Power BI. They are not part of Power BI. And we have a lot of other things here, basically. We have modeling, we have view, we have app. We are going to come back to it in basically. So this white screen that I have here is what I call this white screen. Can you see what I'm doing? Is what we call the canvas. What do I call it, guys?
Canvas.
Yes. Don't mind me, I'm just learning writing. So KG1 students. So is what we call what? Canvas.
Yes.
And we have 3 screens basically that you are going to be working with in Power BI. So we have view, we call it view basically. So I'm going to show us, look up. We have the first guy and we have the second guy and we have the third guy. So this first guy is called our what? Reports view. And we have what we call data view. And then we have the third one, which is called model view. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
Are we catching it?
Yes. Sure.
Yes, it's not complex. It's not. The moment you want to get lost, let me know. You know, before, if you are walking to a place that you don't know, or you are driving, the moment you realize you are lost, that time you are lost completely. Do you know that? That moment you realize that you are lost, you have already lost completely. But the moment you approach a junction, you see like, should I turn left or right? That is when you want to start getting lost. So the moment you want to start getting lost, let me know. Don't get lost completely before you let me know. Is that okay? People are dancing.
Yes, coach.
People are tired. So it's okay. So we have this report view, and I can click on data. I'm going to see my data. We don't have any data yet, and I have my model view. So now we come back to our report view. Can you see this screen? We have import data from Excel, import data from SQL Server, paste data into blank table, and try a sample data set. That is one place. That is number one place you can use to bring data towards Power BI. Number two place, which is the main place, is this place, which is for you see data here. We have Excel workbook, Power BI data sets, SQL Server, enter data. Enter data means you want to type it manually. That is one way. And let me say number three way is I click on get data. I always like this get data. Can you see now that under get data, I have a lot of things there now. Can you see it, guys? So the things I have under this get data now. Can you see this get data? I have from Excel workbook, Power BI data set, data via SQL Server, test or CSV, web. I remember, do you guys remember when I showed you Power Query, how to connect to a web page in, that's going to be like last two classes.
Yes.
So we can also connect to web CSV in Power BI. And I can come over here and click on more. More is where you are going to see what? More. So you are basically going to see everything Power BI connects to. I hope I've started recording. Yes. Okay, so I want to click on more. Ta-da-dam. Wait for the program to respond. Okay. Yeah. Can you see now under more? I have all. Can you scroll? If I scroll down, can you see everything Power BI connects to? So no matter where you are keeping your data, even if you are keeping it inside the wardrobe, it is going to connect to it.
Can I come again with this last step?
Yeah. I just click on get data, and I'm going to see what I have as just hold on. I'm going to see something over here. Can you see more?
Yes, it's fine.
Click
Okay,
on
continue,
more.
please.
Yeah. So when I click on more, thank you for letting me know that you are in that junction. So I click on more. It's going to bring, just wait for it. It's going to bring everything that Power BI can connect to. So wherever your data is, Power BI can connect to it. So whether you keep it inside the wardrobe, inside the bathroom, inside the kitchen, inside the store, backyard, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, it can connect to it as long as data can stay there. So we can see now that Power BI can connect to a data inside the PDF file, a folder, a SharePoint folder. And can you see everything now? A lot of them. We also have PDF. Remember I told you how you can extract data from PDF in Word, in Excel. Can we guys remember? That was last two classes. That's Saturday class. And but we now have several categories, file, database. So basically in today's class, we want to work with connecting to the most common business intelligence tool, which is Excel workbook. So our data is inside an Excel workbook. Is that also? So we click on what? Excel workbook. So I'm sorry, I think, can you guys still see my screen? No.
Yes.
Are you sure you can still see my screen? I doubt it.
I'm seeing the Excel file.
Yes,
the data.
Yes, for some reason, did I click on close? My Power BI file I'm working with magically closed. So I'm sorry, let me just hold on for me. I was trying to connect to a workbook and I click on workbook and it's closed. I think it's just I'm just trying to open a new one now. Is that okay, guys? So we just want to connect to a workbook. So in this workbook, this is what we want to connect to basically. This Excel file. this Excel file. So we are going to be creating table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5, 6. And we are not going to create this table. So when I mean by creating table, we are going to create this table. It's going to contain these columns, this column, this column, this column, this column, and this column. Is that okay? So
I don't know what you are saying. Is this column? What is this column? This column? This column?
Were you in last class, Ukoya?
Is that energy? Yes, I was.
Adeniji. Yeah, what I mean is that we are going to, what I'm telling you, what I'm speaking into the future, that we are going to create a table. That table is going to contain a data with these columns. Remember, we have our big data already, which is this. It has column A to column U, or row ID to ship dates. Now we are going to have a separate column, a separate table that is called facts table. And it is going to contain these columns. Row ID is a column in our data here. Is that not so? Other ID, you can see all these things are column names. These are column names, these are column names, these are column names, these are column names. So that is what we want to do eventually. So my Power, let me share my screen again. My Power BI is opened. Actually, I should not have created a new one. I should just have opened. Remember, we created the, what's it called? We created a file already now. That was what I ought to open, but I did not open it. So I think it's going to. So we have, this is what you are going to have when you open the new Power BI, and I'm going to click on.
It's still showing Excel.
Okay,
It's still
it's not
showing
here.
Excel.
Don't worry, it's going to show now. Just Clement. Engineer Clement. Oh, I think he left. Okay, so we just close this. Let me just let me save time. I think it's going to remove file. Let me just, it's going to save me more time than creating a, so bootcamp. So we basically want to connect to an Excel file. So I hope it doesn't close itself. I hope you can see my screen now, my Power BI screen. And I connect to an Excel workbook. And I'm now going to navigate to the location of that sales data. Is that okay, guys? So I'm going to click on, can you see my screen? I'm going to click on sales data analysis. And I'm going to click on that sales data analysis. I mean, sales data exercise. So sales data exercise. I'm clicking on sales data exercise, open. So when we click on open, guess where it is going to take us to? Any guess?
Navigator. Power Query.
Yeah, it's going to take us to Power Query, because Power Query is the ETL tool for Power BI. It's also the ETL tool for what? Excel.
Where is it?
You know, I told us already that Power Query is ETL tool. So we can see now that it's showing us table 2, table 1, sheet 1, and sheet 2, which are basically what I have over here. So if you look at this data already, I think it is a table. And if I come to table design, you can see the name is table 2. We can just leave it like that. I'm just trying to let you know. And you can see sheet 1, which is the name of this sheet. And you can see sheet 2. So basically, there's no difference between when you select sheet 1 or table 2. Do you understand? Sheet 1 has inside the table 2. Is that not so? So, but I always prefer we use anyone works, but I'm just going to select table table 2, sheet 2 and sheet 1 and table 2 are basically the same thing. So I'm just check this box. I've checked this box. And you have load and transform data. What is the rule of thumb? What are we going to click on? Load, right?
Transform, yes. No, transform data.
No, guys. What am I going to click on here? Load or transform?
You transform first.
Naima.
Transform.
Naima. Don't disappoint me. What am I going to click on? Naima.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What am I going to click on? Load or transform?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. So the rule of thumb is that you click on transform. Your data always needs to be transformed. And like I have explained, we want to transform our data. We have one giant big table. So we basically want to transform. So I click on transform and it is going to take us to Power Query. Naima, have you watched the video of cleaning dirty data in Excel? Have you watched that video?
I'm still on it.
Are you sure you are on it or you have not started?
Yeah, I've started.
Okay. So basically the Power Query of Excel and Power BI basically has very little difference. I mean, or no difference at all. So you can do everything you can do on it. So we have our Power Query opened now. Guys, you can see now table 2. So this is our original data we are working with. And I do need to explain Power Query interface for us. We guys are Power Query gurus already. So our goal now is what? Is this. We want to generate these tables. So let us start with our fact table. So we are going to say that, okay, what I'm going to come, this table, I'm just going to duplicate it first. So guys, if you're on your Power BI, yeah, over here, duplicate. After I've duplicated, I can rename it as, let us call it sales. It's our sales, yes, let me call it sales. Let's call it sales data. And basically, which is our fact data too. So,
Sir.
Yeah.
So I have a question, sir. That sheet, sir, that workbook that we imported to BI, Power BI.
Yeah.
Have you converted that table? Have you converted that report to table?
Yeah, it's converted already.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's converted already. But whether it is converted,
is it?
Just hold on,
just hold on.
I mentioned it already. Whether it's converted or not, it doesn't affect your work. So you can use sheet or table. Anyone is okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you connect. Yeah. So we have this already. Are we guys together? So you can right-click and rename and call it sales. You can rename and you can rename from here. We know that already, guys. We know we have done Power Query in our last 2 classes already. So we can rename also. So after I've renamed, I need to come back here. You basically, you are going to basically have a paper that you are going to work with. So where you must have listed the columns you are interested in out. So basically now, we have row ID or the ID. In our facts, when we did our what's it called now? Our data modeling class last week, we have done this. But beyond that, you need to ask yourself. So we need to just basically have these columns in our Power Query. We just want to need this column, which is that we don't need some columns. Is that not so? There are some columns there currently now that we don't need. So I'm just going to go over those columns and delete those columns. So number 1 in those columns is customer name. So I can just hold Control. Can you see now? I'm just going to hold Control and select segment. So I can select 2 columns together. Can you see? And category, I don't need it to. I hold down Control so that I'm going to delete them together. I hold down, where is subcategory? I don't need, where are you? It says, okay, let me just select this theory and right click and do what? Because I've selected it, what's happening? Just hold on. So I right click, can you see I've selected 3 columns together? What do I want to do? I remove those columns because I don't need them. And subcategory 2, I don't need it, I remove it. Product name, I don't need it, I do what? I remove it. We check others, we need all these other ones. Purchase channel, we don't need purchase channel, we don't need region, and we don't need country. Is that not so? Is that not so? And I'm going to do what? Remove it. So I've removed it. I need to confirm again. Do I have everything? Yes, 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 yes. I have what I need over here. But we need to really ask ourselves, in our analysis, do you have anything you want to eventually use row ID for and other ID? Let us ask ourselves, does it have any usefulness in analysis? Row ID, let us start with row ID. You understand? Do you know what row ID means? Row ID is just the location, like number 1, number 2, number 3. That's just what it means. Does it have any analytical
like serial number, sir? Like serial number?
Yes, like serial number, like you number 1, number 2, number 3. It's just, it can be anything basically. Does it have any value for analysis? Guys, answer me.
No, no.
For analysis, no. Except
Yes.
maybe we've rearranged data and we kind of want to get back the initial order, how
Okay.
it was. But for analysis, is not needed.
Yes, basically for analysis is not needed. So, but let us leave it for now. We have this guy. So let us just continue again. What am I going to do again? I'm going to duplicate this my big table again. Then I'm going to start doing it one by one. You know, we've done these facts now. I'm going to do this shape, the calendar, the products, the geography, all these guys. So let us start with this shape. Are we good to go, guys? So I've duplicated, I'm going to rename it and do what? The shape. Are we doing it together? Anybody? I want to know, who are we doing it together? Who is watching?
No, you know they do.
Why?
I'm a number of steps behind. The one we did yesterday,
want to.
me, I have 6. Sorry, I have 8 tables. So I'm trying to readjust it to look like your own. So I'm not where you are, in short.
Yeah. Adeniji, you have what? How many tables?
I did 8. Those D1, D2, D3, I did D8.
4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm naming it for you.
No, apart from fact.
Okay, apart
From fact. Yes.
Was it 8 we did? I think it's 7 now. Apart from facts. Am I correct, Oladepo?
No, you asked us to do it by ourselves now. You didn't do it for us that yesterday. So
I did it now. Maybe you left early.
You did it, sir.
Okay, so you understand now. So it's okay if you are just watching me, because I think you were trying to connect with your laptop. Is there any other person we are doing it together?
Somehow, yeah, we are doing it together.
So it means that if we don't have anybody we are doing it together, it means that a lot of us are going to go back after today's class and watch the video. Yes or no? Yes.
Then, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So that I won't disturb you if we are not doing it together. That's why I need to establish. But I'm going to teach us in a way that we can follow. No. I'm going to do it for you in a way you can follow. So there's no problem with that. So we have this ship now. Oh, let me just, so now we have this ship and we just need this ship alone. We need ship mode alone. So we can see now that I'm just going to, you can see now I'm trying to identify ship mode, where it is, because I have like 21 columns. Let's assume I have 50 columns. It's not going to be efficient to be searching it one by one now. So we know where ship mode, even though ship mode is directly in front of me. So another method you can use to do it is this. I just want to go to ship mode column alone. Let's assume I can't find it. I'm going to go to, can you see choose column under home? Guys, can we see it? Choose columns. And I'm going to click on choose column.
Yes, yes.
And can you see choose column? Which is that I just need one particular column alone. I'm going to click on choose column and you are going to see what is going to happen now. Can you see all columns selected now? I'm going to uncheck it and I'm going to identify ship mode. I'm going to select ship mode alone and I'm going to click on what's anything. Okay. And we are going to see what is going to happen now. So let us just hold on. It's going to process it. Can you see what happens, guys? Anybody?
Yes, you can see.
Yes.
It has detailed. Yes.
Yes, because you have chosen that column alone.
Yes.
So now, anything in your dimension, it does not have repetitive values. I think I told us that already too. We don't have repetitive values in that because it doesn't change. Dimension doesn't change. It is your fact that changes, that updates. So I'm going to right click on ship mode and do what? Anybody? I'm going to click on remove duplicates. Oh, there's a problem somewhere. Is this standard class alone do we have as dimension? Let us check. Am I using the wrong data? Ship mode, standard class. Okay, I think the data is correct then. Let me check again. This data does not look correct. Anybody, what can we do? What can we do? This data is meant to be like 9,000 rows. Can you see now that I'm using my wrong data? Can you guys see what happens? Which data is it? Let me just, I'm sorry, guys. Exercise 1 bootcamp. Do you get what happens now? I think I'm using the wrong file. Our data is 9,900 or something close. So let me show you the data again. Is exercise 1 data. This data, can you remember this work, guys? And I'm going to come over here. Where are you? Sorry. Exercise 1, sales data. And let us check it again. Yes, you can see it's 9,995 rows. And let us go to ship mode. Let us check. It's not supposed to be, can you see we have a lot of them there. So what I'm just going to do is let me just Control A and Control C. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I observe my data is, I'm basically using the same file. I'm just want to dump it again here and Control V and Control S. The same data. Okay, there's a, where are you? Okay, I think everything looks good now. I just pasted the correct data, basically. So let me just go back to my what I'm working with. I hope no one is confused. Anybody confused? Anybody confused?
We watch the video.
No, not about watching the video. You are in class. Are you confused at this moment? Are you
Fine, let's go on.
No. Okay. Yeah, okay. Others, are you confused?
Sorry,
there
why
any-
filling the sheet? Did you selected all the sheets or specific sheets?
No. I just went, I observed that this sales data that I'm using is incomplete. It's not, there are some rows that are meant to be there. Our data is 9,000 rows. I now observe that I think I selected the wrong file. You understand? So what I just did was I just copied the actual data inside this sales data exercise. Do you understand now? I've copied it there. So I have my data now. It's the same data that we ought to be working with. And this is what I have in Power Query. So I just continue working with it. But before I continue working with it, I just need to refresh all. I just refresh it because I've changed my data that I connected to. Do you get that? So I just need to refresh. And the moment I refresh, can you see now that these guys have updated? Do you see what happened, guys? It was showing standard class alone.
Yes.
Yeah. For your own, you don't need to do this step because you are going to be connecting to the right data. So there is no need to do any refresh or copy and paste again. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that
Sorry,
really okay?
Is that okay to me?
Yeah, who is not okay? Yeah.
Like, yes, this is Mutado. So, like, if we are opening the worksheet,
yeah,
are we to? Did you selected all the worksheet or specific one?
No, now this is it. Remember, let me just go back again. This is our Excel worksheet that we work with. And I said, okay, in our last class, this is data we are going to be working with for our Power BI. Is that not so? So I copied this file, Control A, you understand? And I open a new worksheet called Sales Data Exercise, and I Control V inside it. Do you remember?
Okay.
Yes, and that is that data we are supposed to work with.
Oh, okay.
You understand? And it is that data that I'm connecting with in Power BI, which we are connecting with Power Query. But what now happened now is that I think I have another data on my computer that has the same name. So it made me to connect to a wrong file. You understand now? That was why it was not showing everything. So there is no problem at all. So I just went to the data I connected to, which is this sales data exercise. I put the correct data that I ought to have there. You understand? And I came back to my Power Query here to refresh. You don't need to start doing anything. You just need to do refresh, and that's all.
Mentor, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
Okay, sir. In the sales table in the Power BI, I think we have done with that one, but when we are doing it, we didn't remove any duplicate there. Is that how it's going to be?
Yes, you are not going to remove duplicates on facts. Sales is facts.
On fact.
You don't remove duplicates. You only remove duplicates on dimensions.
Duplicates.
You only remove, it is a golden rule.
Sir.
Only remove duplicates on dimension. Only
dimension. Okay, sir.
Only remove duplicates.
In fact, don't
on dimension.
Okay.
You understand? You only remove, but
yes, sir.
Yeah, but for your facts, you just leave it as it is. Because it's your transaction data.
Okay.
Can I continue?
You can continue, sir.
You are the only one. No?
Yes, you can, sir.
Yes, you can continue.
Yeah. So what are we going to do next? We come over here again to check the next one to create. So we have done ship mode. Let us do depot dot. Is that okay? So what am I going to do, guys? I'm going to come over here. I just duplicate this guy again. We understand why we are duplicating so that we can remove some columns. After removing columns, what do we do? Anybody?
Remove duplicates.
No. Oladepo. No.
Sir?
Any other person? What do we do after removing
We
columns?
rename.
You rename.
Okay, after renaming, what do we do?
We select the column that we need.
Oladepo, I don't need response from you. I need response from another person.
Yeah.
I'm banning you from talking temporarily. I'm going to leave the bar later, but I'm banning you now. We rename, we remove some columns. We rename, we remove some columns. After doing those two things, what do we do?
Remove duplicates.
Yes, we remove duplicates. So basically, I can use choose column again and do choose column. And after in this choose column, I want to do what? I want to select the columns I need. So now I want to select the columns I need. So you need to confirm again. Don't use columns you don't need. So we just basically on select and we do what? Product ID, product name, subcategory, and category. Is that not what we need? Is that not what we need? We can check. We can check. This is it. We have it already from last class. So we are going to just do what? So these are the 4 things we need, and we click on what? Okay. So it has removed it. So when you want to remove duplicates, you remove duplicates on the one that has the lowest granularity. Lowest granularity means that item. Once you know it, you know others. So Rukoya, do I still have Rukoya in class? She left. Adeniji.
Yes.
Yeah, so on these 4 columns, which one has the lowest granularity?
Keep it. Product name.
Okay, you may be correct or not, but you need to check your sales. Which one did we really leave? You have product ID, you understand? That guy must also be here. So we are using product ID. Product ID. So you are going to remove duplicate on that one with lowest granularity. So I'm going to do what? Remove duplicates. And I'm going to just right click and do what? Remove duplicate. Don't remove duplicate on others because the answer you're going to get is going to be different. I can demonstrate it for us. So after removing duplicates, you can see what I have. And this is what I have now. But if I remove duplicate on others, you are going to have something else. So because our product ID, we just want to know the total number of product IDs we have in our organization. You know, different customers are going to be coming to buying it more than 10 times, 5 times, 100 times. And it's going to appear that number of times in your facts. But you only want it to appear once in what? In your dimension. Guys, are we together? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I've done that. I rename and call it what? D products. I'm only putting D in front so that I can quickly know it is a dimension. Is that not so? And I'll come over here again to check the next item we want to do. We can do D geography. Are we good to go, guys? Are we good to go?
Good to go, sir.
Okay. So in what's it called? We want to do the geography. I basically come to this guy again. What do I do? Identity, what do I do? Okay, identity. I'm sorry, I think who is telling me duplicates? Is it identity?
It's not me.
Who is it?
Naima.
Naima. Okay, thank you, Naima. So Naima is telling me I'm going to duplicate. After duplicating Ibrahim Rahman, what do I do? He left. Okay, Murtada, what do I do?
You choose column.
Okay.
Choose the ones you want.
Okay, I choose column. So thank you, Murtada. SD, what do I do after I come to choose column? So what do I choose now for D geography SD? SD, are we together? Okay, I think we are not together. So we are basically going to choose the columns which we need, which is, you can always confirm, which is state, region, and country. And I come over here and I just choose state, region, and what? Country, and I click on what? Okay. So after doing this, where am I going to call?
Sorry, please, I want to ask a question. Why are we not using postal code again? I thought you said it was primary key, or so that once we know it, we can know the other.
Yeah. That postal
information.
code, it has some problem. So that's why I'm not using it. The problem it has, should I tell you?
Yes.
The problem it has was that I discovered that in some states, there are repeating postal codes. What I mean is that Osun State now, you have 2000 postal code. That postal code is supposed to be unique.
Okay, no, but it's not. It's supposed. Is it not 6 figures? So the other figures behind.
The fact that it's 6 figures does not matter. I'm giving you an example. It is 200000. That 2000, no other place in Nigeria is supposed to have it.
Yes.
So the moment another place has it, it is a problem automatically, because postal code is supposed to be unique for each state or for each you understand. So the moment that if you are working any project and you encounter that kind of a problem, you need to ask the person that sends the data to you that, okay, this postal code is not correct. Can you send me the postal code that is correct? That is one way. Second way is that you can just say that, okay, we are not going to use postal code at all for our analysis, which is what we choose in this case. Should I repeat what I'm saying? It's just like having 2 states in Nigeria with the same name. Will you be able to do analysis with that kind of data?
Is the problem from you or from Nigeria?
No. The problem is from the data source. So
okay.
Yeah. So are we good to go? So we have it. So what do I do next? Engineer Mikael, can you tell us? Are we together? I think we are just joining. Yes, I'm just saying you. Can we tell me what we have to do next?
Remove duplicate.
Yes, on what? On country.
On state.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to remove duplicate on states. And then there is one thing we have not done. Who is going to tell me? Adeniji, can you try?
No,
no, you can try. I'm going to tell you. Look at where my mouse is. Oh yeah, tell me.
You've not okay.
Adeniji, I want Adeniji to tell me. She's going to tell me. Look at where my mouse is.
We've not renamed the table or what?
Yeah. Okay, so we need to rename it to, let us just check. This is D geography. You can just double click on it and call it D geography. You can see it's the same thing we are doing now. So I just need to create another dimension and call it what? D, let us use the calendar now. D customer. And in my D customer, and I'm going to, Where are you? I'm going to come over here and I'm going to duplicate this table 2. After duplicating this table 2, what do I call it? I can rename it at this time. So D customer. After renaming Adeniji, can you try and tell me what you are going to do? I'm sorry, Adeniji. Don't say that I don't buy job today. Didn't buy any job.
Are we going to remove duplicates?
No, before removing duplicates, you do something.
We select columns
that we want, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So you know, guys, that there are several methods of selecting the column. I'm just telling you that choose column is one easy way. We can actually be selecting those ones we don't need, or we select those ones we need and remove other columns manually. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to use the other method. Mr. Man should answer me. The duplication is taking long time this time. Okay. Let's just hold on for it. It's taking, why is it taking long? Adeniji, release my system. Oh, Oladipo, are you the one? Oh, yeah, talk, Oladipo, because I said you should not talk. Talk so that I can see my duplicates. Oladipo now.
It's not me.
I beg, forgive us. Forgive us. Oh, you can see now. The moment Oladipo talked, it was working. So now we just check what we need.
I'm not at it.
We check what we need, a D customer. And we need just 3 columns, customer ID, customer name, and segment. Is that not so? And I'm just, instead of choosing column, I can decide to just select it. Customer name, customer ID, and what? Segment. I hold down my control. And I do what? Right click and do
Question.
what? Yeah.
Are we not using channel and purchase channel for anything?
Yeah, thank you. Let us check. Do we still have it? Yeah, I think we forgot that. Where is it? We forgot it. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you. We forgot it. We are going to come back there. So, I think someone was telling me that we had 8 dimensions. Are you the one?
Yes, that's what made it.
Yeah, that was made it. So we just right click and we do what? I was trying to do a recap for us. That was where I lost it. And I do what? Remove what? Columns or other columns. Which one? Ibrahim Rahman, what do I do? Oh, let me see if he's still here. Okay, he's not here. Mutado. Okay, Naima. Yeah, Naima.
Remove other columns.
Okay, because with other columns we don't need. So, and we've done this and Mutado. Okay, I think we don't need this guy too. So Mutado, what do I do next?
Sorry, I don't know.
You need to know.
I don't know what you are trying to. I don't know what you are trying to do here, sincerely.
Why don't you know? I need to get it. What was the problem?
The method you are using before, is it that you are using other method?
Yeah, I'm using that method. I'm using that method to remove other columns.
Okay. The next thing we do is remove duplicate.
Yes, I'm using that method. You know, we were basically removing other columns we don't need. I now told us that it may be tedious to be selecting it one by one over here. That you can just come to choose column and choose the columns you want.
Okay.
You understand? But instead of just doing this, we can just do customer ID. This is the custom column we want. And we do what? Remove other columns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing is for us to remove duplicates of the smallest.
Yeah. You know, it's good we know several ways of doing things. You are the one that is the user. At the end of the day, you are going to determine which one is faster for you. You understand? Because at the end of the day, everything is about optimization. You want to save time in whatever we are doing. So we want to do, we've done this. We are going to do D channel. the channel. Thank you for letting us know, Adeniji. So we are going to have channel name. Channel, where is it? Channel.
So I hope we removed duplicate.
Yes, we removed channel name, and I can't see it though. Channel and purchase channel. Is that right? So we are just going to come over here. What do we do? Someone should tell me. Adeniji, can you tell me? Adeniji will be like, I buy jobs today. Oh, you didn't buy any job.
Sorry, with the table we are doing, where are we getting it from?
Okay, I'm just going to. Oh yeah, I've given you in. See where my mouse is.
Yes.
So what should I do?
Okay, we'll duplicate it and rename it.
Okay. You can see now. You know it now. It may just appear as it wants to. So we rename it and call it D channel, right?
Yes.
So SD, I will sit together. SD, I've been trying to reach you. SD. SD, Afolabi SD. Afolabi SD. Okay. So I'm going to continue. Who is going to tell me? Engineer Mikai, can you tell us what to do, please? We want to do this. We want to do this, the channel.
So basically you select column you don't need.
Okay, so we select columns. We remove columns we don't need. Or which one?
Remove column. Yeah, we
Okay.
remove column you don't need.
So we can just use our previous method, or we just use
method by just selecting them. Yeah.
You can see it's tedious. Imagine you have 50 columns. Are we going to be scrolling to identify where it is? You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So we just remove other columns. So what do I do next?
Then you rename and remove duplicate as well.
Okay, I remove duplicate. How do I remove duplicates?
Yeah, right click on that.
Okay, and I click on remove duplicates. So everything looks good. Everything looks good. We are almost done. So this table 2, do we need it or not? Is this table 2? Does it appear here at all?
Okay. Fact.
Does it appear over here at all or not?
Facts.
Yes, facts is sales. Fact is sales. Adeniji.
Yes.
Our fact is sales. Look at, can you see sales? That is our fact. So this table 2, do we need it at all? But before answering that, let us quickly check something. Can you see row ID? Row ID does not have any informative value for us. It doesn't have, I don't need to create a dimension for it because I can't use it for anything in my analysis, basically. There is no question you want to use a row ID for or other ID. Let's just be frank with ourselves. Think about it, guys. Guys, I want us to think about it. Is there any value we want to use it for? You know, data modeling does not understand the fact that whether something is useful or not. But eventually, you are the analyst. You are the one that knows that you are going to use it or not. Are we going to use row ID for any analysis eventually or not? I need someone to answer me. There's no question you want to use row ID. There can never be any question you want to use it for. There can never be. So basically, we don't need to create anything for it. That's what I want to point out. You understand? We don't need to create the dimension and now remove duplicate and rename. We don't need it because we are not going to use it. Again, if you check this thing, there is no table 2 there at all. Is there anything like? Yeah?
So I'm saying that we don't need row ID and the other ID.
Muntado, can you try and use the chat? Your network is not very good and we can't
Hello,
hear you.
sir.
Muntado, can you try and use the chat? Your network is not very good. We can't hear you clearly.
Hello, sir.
So Muntado, please try and use the chat. Your network
It's
is
not
not very
Mutado. That's not
Hello,
Mutado, sir.
sir.
okay. It's Oladepo, right?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. I'm the
Oladepo,
one.
please try
Can
and
you hear me,
use the
sir?
chat. Try and use the chat. Your network is not very good and we can't hear you clearly. It's lagging. So try and use the chat. I'm going to read the chat. But basically what I was saying is that row ID is not going to be used for any analysis. So therefore, we don't need it. You understand? You don't need to add it to your work because it's the only one there. Assuming it has something else as an hierarchy, then it is going to be useful. But eventually, you need to ask yourself, row ID does then you can't do any analysis to row ID, basically. You understand? So that is why we just don't create it. So, and we come back over here. We have over here table 2. I'm asking us, is table 2 under, do we have anything like table 2 here? Anybody? You can mute yourself and talk. Or use the chat. Do we have anything like table 2 here? Yes, Oladepo, I'm saying that row ID and other ID does not have any usefulness in analysis. So we don't need to add it to our work, our data, our dimension we want to do it. Although when we did our analysis for data model, it was telling us that yes, the row ID is going to belong to another dimension, other ID is going to belong to another dimension, but you're not going to use it. So why add it? I'm asking us, guys, I need someone to respond. Do we have table 2 at all in these tables that we have here in this our plan? Naiman, do we have it at all?
No.
Yes, because we don't have it, we are not going to use it. But remember, it is our original table that we used to generate all others. Is that not so?
Yeah.
So we are not going to delete it though. We are only going to do something else. I'm going to right click on table 2. Can you see enable load and include in reports refresh?
Hello, sir.
Oladepo, just try and always use the chat. Your network is not good. We can't hear you clearly. Just use the chat. I'm going to read it and respond the moment I get your chat. Okay. So table 2. I was saying something. Table 2 is not part of our data modeling plan. So what we are going to do, you are not going to delete it. Can you see enable load? So we want to disable it. I'm just going to click on that. Can you see now that it has changed from like, it is now appearing as an italics. Can you see now that enable load is not selected again? So what it means is that I've done my transformation. I didn't enable load for this. So the moment I load into Power BI, I am not going to have table 2 as part of my data. Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
Yes. And then in my last class, I showed us or second to the last class, I showed us something in Power let me just quickly show us again. It was 2 second to the last class. We have it. Let me quickly show us again, because it's important and we may or may not have forgotten. So can you remember this slide, guys? So I saw your question, Oladepo, I'm coming to it. So can we remember this slide, guys? Remember I said we start with raw data. We are in Power Query stage now, right? So which means that after Power Query, what do we do next?
Data model.
Yes, we are going to do data model first. We need to understand that. So it is whatever you do in Power Query that you load into your what? Into your data model. It is a very important step. So data modeling basically means you have several tables, dimension tables and one fact. You are going to connect them together.
We have also, is it not the model stuff that we created that we use for Power Query?
The A is the one that we created that we use for Power Query, but we are not done.
Okay.
This thing that we created, this thing that we created, it was a plan for us to be able to do data modeling step.
Okay.
You understand? Because you need to know your tables. Okay. And Power Query is that guy that can easily allow us to divide all our work into tables. But sometimes the person that is going to send data to yourself might have helped you to divide but it doesn't happen. It's happening in like 10% of cases. In more than 90%, you are going to do this data modeling. And you are going to divide your data into several tables yourself. So it doesn't happen in a lot of cases. So because we need to, so basically we are almost done with our Power Query stage. But it doesn't mean that if you discover a problem, you can't go back to Power Query. You all know that already, guys. No be so. But don't let us forget again. Yeah, I didn't forget your question. Don't let us forget again that we have the calendar that we have not created. The calendar is over here. Can you see it? We have not done it. There are two methods of doing the calendar. We can do it from Power Query, and we can do it from Power BI. We can create the table. So I want to show us how to do it from Power BI. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, boss.
Yeah,
yes,
thank
boss.
you. Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm done with this step a bit. Can you see now that in Excel, the Power Query of Excel, you have close and load? Is that not so? Is that not so? And in Power Query of Power BI, you are going to have close and apply. That is the major difference. You understand? Power Query, you can go and check it. Of Excel, you have close and load. And you have close and what? Apply. You understand? So your question now, Oladipo, your question is a good one. You said, since we are not using row ID and other ID, we can remove it now from our facts table. Is that not so? Yes, if you remove it, you are not wrong. And if you don't remove it, you are not entirely wrong. Why? Because we didn't create table for it. But tomorrow, let's assume our data updates, like when I say data update, it means that you have additional rows of additional columns in your original data here. So when you have additional columns, you need to decide, okay, is it going to belong to one of these dimensions? Is that not so? So if it's going to belong to one of these dimensions, what are you going to do? You are going to add it to it. If it's not going to belong, what are you going to do? You are going to create a dimension for that one. Let's assume we have manager name now. We are not going to say, okay, the manager, and we are going to have the manager name. You understand? Manager, gender, something like that. So that's when our data updates. Well, in this case, our data is not updating. Let me just give this guy, excuse me, this color so that it doesn't confuse us. So it doesn't update, but we can assume it may update, which means that if it updates and a new column is added under the row, remember you have already removed what? It from facts, which may not be very good. You understand? But what you remove can also be unremovable. I think you guys know that. Do you know that? Let's assume I mistakenly remove a column now. This is the purchase, the channel. I now discover that, oh, I ought to not have removed one column. What do you do? It's very easy. Should I show us? Are we ready to see?
Yes, boss.
Okay, I'm going to come back to this previous step of removed other columns. And I'm going to click on, can you see something that looks like a certain sign? I'm going to click on it. Can you see that it has displayed this choose column again? So let's assume I discovered that, oh, I ought not to have removed states. I'm just going to check the box of states. That's all. Do you understand? So you can always modify a lot of things in Power Query. Although it doesn't have Control Z, but this apply step here, as long as you have settings in front, you can modify what you have done. So that is one way. There is another way. The other way is manual, but it's also not a bad way. Look at this D customer. Can you see now that in this formula bar, I have table does distinct, let me just go back, remove the other columns, table dot select columns, change type, customer ID, customer name segments. These are the names of the table of my columns that I want, and I have them over here. Can you see it? So let's assume I also want a column called state. I'm just going to type it manually. State. You know that state has been removed, but you want it to be there. So you are writing M code like that. You are modifying your M code. We all know what M code is. It is that code that is written in the background in your Power Query. So I'm just want to show us, I'm going to remove it again. I want you to see that you can actually modify steps. Someone just joined again. We lost that person. Okay. So can you see now that I have my state now? So we don't want our state in the actual sense. So I can just modify my formula again. So, but if you don't know how to work with this encode, it's better you don't touch it. So we have that, and we can quickly do close and what? Close and apply. Guys, right? Right? We are done. We click on close and apply. So you can see now that it is loading the data into what? Into Power BI at the moment.
Hello.
Yeah?
Sorry, I didn't get what you did there. I think my network didn't allow me.
Yeah, I'm going to. So I'm going to go over it again. Just let this guy finish loading. So he's trying to load the data into Power BI. Can you see now that it's telling you creating relationships and everything is marked, is done? So it is done. I'm now going to come to, you know, I said this is right, report view, data view, and what? Model view. I'm going to click on model view, and we are going to see something a little bit interesting now. Can you see what has happened? Can you see D product on my tables? Guys, somebody should answer me. Can we see all my tables?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
That is what we call relationship. So just hold on. We are not yet where we are going. This relationship has been automatically created for you by Power BI. So unless it has been automatically created for you by Power BI, but you can also create it yourself. So I want to show us how to create it ourselves, because the thing is that Power BI is doing it for you automatically, but it doesn't mean Power BI is always correct. So you need to check. So I'm going to check it one by one. D product. I'm clicking on the line. Can you see now that product ID is connected to product ID? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to click on D geography, and I'm going to expand this, and I'm going to click on it. Can you see now that state is connected to state? Is that correct or not?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to click on customer ID. Is that correct or not? Yes. And I'm going to click on channel. Is that correct or not? Yes. I'm going to click on ship mode. It needs to be connected together, like the primary keys, those reporting keys. You understand? The RK. So they are correct now. But let's assume it is not correct. Guys, it is a rule of thumb. Anytime you are working with Power BI, it is not always correct. You need to check it one by one. It has done it for you automatically. So I'm going to assume it is not correct. I'm going to right click and delete. We are assuming the connection for geography and state and sales is not correct. So I'm going to do a delete that connection. So I've deleted that connection. It's going to work on it. Just hold on, guys. And can you see now that there is no line between it? Right? There is no line connecting the geography to sales. So what I'm now going to do now is what? I want to connect it now. Guys, I'm not going to, it's very easy. Guys, just look at what I want to do. Can you see now that my mouse is on sales? Is that not so?
Yes.
I'm going to select it like right, left click if you are using mouse. You are holding it down and you are not going to just move it and drop it on where you have sales. You won't release your mouse until you are on state. Is that okay? Can you see now that I'm on state? What am I going to do, guys?
Click on it.
I'm just going to release my
Drop.
mouse. So the moment I release my mouse, it's going to work on it. It's going to connect it together. Everything looks good. We are happy. Can you see? That is method 1. I'm deleting it again. I'm deleting it again. I want to show you method what? Method 2 of creating relationship. You need to know how to do this because it is our data model step. You understand? And where are you? I'm going to come to, can you see that on my screen, I have manage relationships. I'm going to click on manage relationships. Can you see this manage relationships is telling you, it is showing you your existing relationships. And it is also showing you that you have new. And you can also click on auto detect so that it is going to automatically detect and connect for you. But we don't want to do that. What do we want to do? We want to create it manually ourselves. So I'm going to click on new. And then once I click on new, I'm just trying to show us because eventually you are not going to be working with this kind of data again in future when you are doing your own projects. In that case, you need to know how to do it when you encounter this kind of problem. So we want to create the relationship between our D geography. I'm going to select the state column now. And then what? And sales. And I select the what? State column again. I just select it. And I click on one to many is the relationship. And I click on OK. And once this relationship is created, I just click on close. And you're going to see what is going to happen.
Wow.
So you can see now that the relationship has been created. So what is the essence of all this relationship? This guy is just frustrating us, is disturbing our life. Yes, I'm not disturbing your life. I'm just going to quickly come to report view and show you what I can do. What can we do with what we have done? We have not even done, I mean, that's why Power BI is sweet. We have not even done a lot of things. We have only spent like 2 hours or less in this class today. So what I'm going to do, can you see that I have visualization here and I have my field list here? Your field is basically going to contain your table and your what? And your columns. So I can expand it and it will show me those things I have under the channel, show me those things I have the customer, show me those things I have under what? The geography. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a table under my visualization. The moment you select table, it is going to show on your canvas. We already know what canvas is, this white screen. And then once this table is there, we don't have any field there. What am I going to do? I come to my D geography. I'm just going to check the box of what? State. So I'm going to check the box of states. I want to see sales by states, basically. You understand? And after doing this, I'm going to come to states, sales, basically, sorry. And I'm going to check my box for what? Sales. Where is sales? Sales. I can check for profit too. And we are going to see what is going to happen. Can we see the sum of sales profit for each state now, guys? Do we see that? You know, if you want to do this in Excel, what are you going to write? Anybody? You are going to write something, do something in Excel to achieve this kind of work. What are you going to do?
Pivot table.
Some ifs.
Yes, those are the, thank you guys. God bless you. You are going to do sum if or what? Or pivot table. So this is table 1 now. I can do another table. If I want to do another table, you know, this is one table. If you want to do another visual, you need to first of all come outside that visual. You come outside it by clicking on your canvas, on your white screen, and then you click on table. You understand? So that it will not change your previous one. And I can do the region again. I just check the box for region and I check the box for what? The box for what? Sales again. Where is sales? I can't find you. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you hid it. You are hiding it already. Adeniji. So you can see now how very fast we are able to do analysis. We have not written any damn formula, have we?
No.
We have not.
What is the essence of formula if there are other things that can?
So it doesn't mean that there is no formula in Power BI. There are formula. We have not gotten there new. Just wait. There are formula, but you can do very basic things. Like some can't average without formula. So we can change this table to what? To a bar chart. You know, I've not selected outside the cell, outside the, what's it called? Outside the visual now. You can see now that it has changed it to a bar chart. And we can see this now in a very quick way. That is one thing Power BI does for you. It's very quick to show visual. You don't need any mago, any wala too much. You understand now? But how the key question I expect from you guys is what? How is it possible that I just check this box under the geography? You know that there is no region and state. There is no region under what? Under sales table here. Do we have it or not?
No, but it's because of the connection.
Thank you. God bless you, Adeniji. It is that connection. The moment that connection is wrong, or you did not put the right item as your reporting key, then you cannot get the correct value. You don't understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say now is that let's assume magically Power BI connected state to shift date for you. You know, is it correct or wrong?
It's wrong.
So therefore, anything you are going to do with state and any connection, it means that any analysis you want to do between that geography table and that sales table is going to be wrong because the connection is what? Wrong. Do you now see the essence of a good data model?
Yes.
Do we see the essence of a good data model? So a lot of people undervalue it. I can guarantee you, go and check 10 online courses. Go and check some academic courses. They are not going to teach you effectively how to create a data model that I've taught you. You understand? So this is not my first time of doing this. I've been doing this for a lot of time. So you guys, if you still don't understand this step that we did over here, we need to go over that video again. How to understand which column is going to be, which, you understand what I mean by columns, is going to be under each guy. Because we need to know what to connect with each other. What to be where. You cannot put product on that geography table. It doesn't work because they are not in hierarchy. Are we guys understanding what I'm trying to say, please? So that is the essence of what we, but at the moment now, Olumiwa, do we have him in class or not? Yes or no? No, we don't have him. Okay, engineer Mikhail, please. My question for you is that can we do analysis based on months now? Months, we want to see sales by month. Can we do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? Okay, yes. Do we have months anywhere in our tables?
So the way we handled it, so other dates, I mean ship dates, you need to create month from there. Yes.
Okay, so you have an idea. So basically, it's a bit correct. Basically, you can see now that we don't have the calendar yet. It's under our D calendar that we have our month. You understand, guys? We have our year. So if you want to do any analysis based on month, year, on anything you do have, you need to create a dimension for it. In our next class, I'm going to be showing us how to create the calendar table. Because at the moment now, you cannot do any analysis that involves time. Because we don't have the field. Do you understand? Do you understand, guys? So if you are also working and your manager just said, okay, Oladepo, please, I'm not interested in this region you always been. Just show me the manager names. That is what your manager wants. Show me the manager names. It means that Oladepo will go and come back to Power Query or to the original Excel file. And what inside this Power Query, what is he going to do? He's going to find a way to add manager name to one of your dimension. You understand what I'm saying? And connect it to sales, your facts table. At that time, you can now do analysis based on what? On manager name. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say, please? Do we understand, please?
Come again, please.
I should come again.
No.
What I'm saying now is that you know that this work is semi-quarter done. It's not half done yet, though. You understand? It's not yet half done. It's semi-quarter done. So let's assume Oladipo has finished his work self. But when he now submitted the project to his boss now said, Oladipo, I don't want sales by region. I want sales by manager's name. You understand what I mean by manager's name?
Yes.
It is Oladipo's
The sales
responsibility.
manager.
Yes. Oladipo will now go and find the managers for all these states and he's not going to create a new dimension. Inside Power Query, remove duplicate and do all those things we always do. You understand? After doing that, he's going to close and apply. He's going to now come to where? Connect it together over here. After connecting, what is he going to now do? That is when he's not going to be able to see this. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that is the essence of dimension. You use it to enrich your reports. You use it to answer those questions of who, where, when. At the moment now, we cannot answer any question based on when, because when answers things about time, and we don't have anything about time yet. But we can answer questions about where, which is geography. We can answer questions about what, which is what, products. Are we guys together? We can answer a question about which customer is performing, is our most loyal customer, is buying too many things or very many things. We can answer those kinds of questions because we have dimension tables for them. So basically, guys, that is what I have to deliver for us in today's class. What have we achieved? We have been able to know how to create our dimension tables and fact table from Power Query. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We are able to know how to close and apply. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Also, remember now
Yeah.
that in our Power Query, we had one table called table 2. Yes or no? Do we have that table in our model view? Do you understand why we don't have it?
Yes.
Because you have enabled it.
Yes, we
Enabled.
have disabled it. New. It was enabled by default. We have disabled it. Yes.
Yes.
So
Disable.
are we guys
Yes,
together now?
disable it.
You
Okay,
guys
sir.
understand how to create
Yes,
connections,
sir.
relationships between fact table and dimension table?
Yes.
Yes.
By dragging and
Yes.
manage relationship.
Yes, thank you very much. And we have
Okay,
not
sir.
begin to, I'm going to devote another like 2 hours class or 4 hours class for us to, yeah, thank you. So I saw your chat. So I'm going to devote another class or 2 classes. That's like 4 hours. We are going to learn how to do visualization. We have not done any visual now. You understand? We are going to have another class entirely 2 hours at least, or 4 hours, 2 classes, how to write formulas in Power BI. Are we guys together? So, but
Yes, sir.
we can still do basic things in Power BI. And what I want to show us is this connection we have over here. Basically, there are several types of connection. So this kind of connection, the relationship we have is what we call star schema. It used to come out in this Microsoft Certified Data Analyst exam. So it is a star schema. Why are we calling it star schema? We are calling it star schema because we have your fact sitting in the middle, and all of that items are connected to it. You know, a star. You are going to have how to put it, like triangles pointing out from the what? From the circle. I don't know if you guess what I'm trying to say. A star is something like this, like this. Don't mind my drawing. No, I was the best student in fine arts in secondary school. That's why my star is very beautiful. You understand? So we are going to have some. So each of these guys pointing out is like your dimension. So, and the kind of relationship we have created is called one-to-many relationship. Why is it called one-to-many relationship? It is called one-to-many because your dimensions they don't have duplicate. Do they have duplicates? No. But your facts, they have duplicates. Yes or no? You can check it. Let's check it. They have duplicates. Let's just come to the geography. You can quickly see that states. You are going to have Abia repeating itself a number of times. Oh, sorry. Abia is not going to repeat itself. It's not going to repeat itself because it's a dimension. It doesn't have duplicates. But when you come to geography, I said geography, sales, sorry.
Sales.
When you come to sales and you check your states, you are going to see that there are a lot of duplicates. Look at Adamawa duplicating. So you have created a one between your dimension and many relationship between dimension and facts. You understand? Your dimension is the one. Many is the what? Is the facts. Yes. We have been able to create a one-to-many relationship. So there are actually other types of schema, but the most efficient one that is highly optimized when we talk about optimization is that at the end of the day, you are going to have a Power BI report or dashboard you are going to publish to the web. You want your users to click on something and it should display results immediately, like very fast. So a star schema is a very efficient type of schema that we should have, and that is why we are teaching us the best guy in our class. So guys, thank you for staying behind. It's a Wednesday evening. It's not easy. Some of us are parents, we have children. Some are working. Some people are working and have parents. They have children. So that's double work again. So
Someone is a copper.
And some people are core members, so they're also in a place they don't know.
And they're enjoying.
They are going to our PPA.
Yes, they are going to their PPA. So, and some people,
CPS.
yes, and some people are not core members, some people are students. So, so whichever category we are able to sacrifice time. So it's basically not easy, you understand? But I implore us to just try and maintain motivation. What I'm teaching us is, I'm not teaching you Baruch, so there are courses you pay a very exorbitant fee for what we are doing. So guys, let's value it. If you don't understand some things we have done, check the previous video to check the video to watch it. If you still don't understand, send a message to me that, oh, I have a question, so that I can attend to you. You understand? But the video is basically mostly explanatory. So if you have not watched the video, I'm going to know. So, but if you have questions, feel free to always reach me. You understand? So guys, thank you. If you have questions, let me know. No question. We are silent.
No question for now.
Okay, we are silent. Everybody is silent. Naima, we are silent.
We are meditating.
We are meditating. Have I overloaded you with information? Okay. Auntie Roima, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are happy to have you. So, Madam Kolawole Naima.
Thank you, sir.
How is it?
Very insightful.
Tell me what you are going to dream of. Are you going to dream of data model or Power Query, or which step are you going to dream of? Remove duplicates is what you are going to dream of. Okay, Adeniji, you have a question.
Is this data model the same thing as a dashboard?
No. Data model is not the same thing as dashboard. Dashboard is this. Let me show you dashboard. I'm not showing you in. Okay, let me show you. Oh, I don't have. Okay, I don't have it open. Let me just show you in my slide. I think I have it in my slide. Dashboard is basically. You know what the meaning of dashboard now? Adeniji, you should know the meaning of dashboard. Yes or no?
I'm not sure I know the meaning, but at least I've seen
you did Power Query pivot table class now.
Maybe I joined late, Sha.
Maybe you must have missed some classes. Adeniji.
Okay, yes. Probably it was the week I was not available. Probably.
Please don't embarrass me in public. You want to embarrass me in public. So a dashboard is basically something like this. This guy we have here is a dashboard. Can you see? You have some visuals, and it's a screen. So that's a dashboard. Yeah. So you can see here, if you check this place, you are going to see something. Data model. After data modeling, the next step is what? Visualize mobile interactive reports. So that is where we are going to design dashboard.
Okay.
Yes. Don't worry. You can check our schedule. You can see that we are really moving. You know, I sent a schedule to us.
Yes.
Yes, gradually. There's actually an article I read online that 20 hours of dedicated learning, you can learn anything. That thing you are going to learn is going to take you from a complete novice to at least an intermediate level. That's if you're able to dedicate 20 hours. I can share it with us if you want, if you are ready to read it. So 20 hours, we have not even had up to 20 hours of active learning yet. Do you know that? Do we know that? We've not done 10 classes now. You understand? Even if we've done 10 classes times 2 hours is 20 hours. We've not done 10 classes.
This is a nice class.
Yes, this is the ninth class, but we can't say we have used 18 hours because within the class, people join late. Within the class, people ask questions. Within the class, all sorts
Talk
of
about
things.
the witch.
I didn't say that because there is no witch in my own village. So
This about village people.
no, there's no village people in my own village. So I don't understand what you are saying. Please, I'm a complete novice in that aspect.
We miss out.
I don't know about that. Can't tell her. I don't know about that. What's me I know about is about data model now. So so guys, 20 hours you can use it to take yourself from a complete novice to
absence
to something an intermediate level. So it's what you do in your intermediate that matters, that determine if you can move to from experts. But we guys are not beginners again. I can't say we are beginners, but we really need to practice and work on project to cement what we've known. You understand? So
yes, sir.
You now, if they ask you to do something, you might not really know where to do it. But me, if I'm dreaming, I know where I'm going to do it inside exam Power BI. So that's the difference. But we can get there if we work on it. So it's just because I've been doing it for a period of time. So there's no problem, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.